my name is Carmen from Dalseng, and I'll be presenting the work I did as part of my master's at the Natural History Museum of Oslo. So a phylogenetic study of Lemmus with a focus on the subspecies of Novaya Zemlya. So the genus Lemmus comprises what we call the true lemmings. And if you were told to imagine a lemming, then the chances are perhaps that you're thinking of this guy here. This is Lemmus, also known as the Norwegian lemming. It's endemic to Fennoscandia and famous for a very aggressive behavior and a vibrantly contrasting fur. However, not all lemmings look like this. In fact, most lemmings have a camouflaged appearance. And so historically, with taxonomy based on morphological differences, then Lemmus, or the Norwegian lemming, has been treated as a separate species. Now, later, other approaches, such as crossbreeding studies and chromosome studies, they would show that, in fact, the largest difference between species lies somewhere around the Bering Strait. And then with genetic studies, one was able to show that the second largest species, largest difference lies between the Lemmus sibiricus, the Siberian lemming in the west, here in pink, and the Siberian lemming in the east. And it has also therefore been suggested by some that they should be treated as two species, not one. So for my master thesis, we wanted to look further but all of that changed before. So all of that changed recently with a publication of a study from the Russian island of Novaya Zemlya, where they found that the Novaya Zemlyan lemming, so that you see here in blue, although morphologically it's most similar to the mainland counterpart, the West Siberian lemming in pink, genetically it was actually closer to the Fennoscandian Norwegian lemming. So they suggested it be treated as a subspecies of Lemmus. And now this was what we wanted to look further into for my master thesis. And especially as most studies of Lemmus have used only short mitochondrial markers, we here wanted to look across the genome. So using museum specimens, some as old as 170 years, I extracted DNA and we created a data set of SNPs from across the genome and created a phylogenetic tree. And then in addition, we also made a tree based on the mitochondrial genome. So my results, here we see that in the mitochondrial tree on the left, as well as in the whole genome tree on the right, I didn't find any support that the Novaya Zemlyan lemming should be considered a subspecies of the Norwegian lemming. Instead, the Norwegian lemming, Lemmus in yellow, forms its own clade, and the Novaya Zemlyan lemming is grouped with the other species. And another interesting find was that the West and East Siberian lemming that I mentioned, some had suggested should be treated as two separate species. In the mitochondrial tree, I also found support for this, but when we look across the genome, that isn't the case. And instead, we can see that the West and East Siberian lemming are part of one larger clade. So to sum up, I ended up concluding that the East and West Siberian lemming should be treated as one species, and also that the morphologically distinct Norwegian lemming could still be considered a separate species endemic to Fennoscandia. Thank you.